I mean, a lot of people understand marketing is important, but a lot of people go, why should I bother with all this online stuff? And I've got some facts and figures on here I want to share with you. So first of all, I want you to understand what an online presence is. Because it turns out that you could be a hermit in a cave, never touching a computer, and still have an online presence. Because an online presence is, number one, it's the state or fact of being present on the internet. But number two, it is the visibility or influence of a person or business as reflected by mentions of that person or business throughout the internet. So, going back to that hermit in the cave, if I happen to be one of those people that knows about this hermit in the cave and I blog about him, or I mention him on Facebook, or when I was hiking that morning, I took a picture of him and shared it on Twitter or Pinterest. He's got an online presence now, and he's never been by a computer. So it's not just what you put out on the web that creates your online presence, it's what other people are saying about you. And that's where sites like Yelp come into play and can really affect your business on the business side. Because if people are saying, you need to figure something out so that you can fix that. And also another reason why online is important. 78% of consumers believe it is important to look up information about people and businesses online before they decide to interact or do business online. Do business with them. That means there's 2 Chinese restaurants. One has a website or even a presence on Yelp. The other one does not. I want some Chinese food. Which Chinese restaurant's best for me? I'll go online. Guess who's going to get my business? The one with an online presence. Even if they don't have a website, the fact that someone talked about them on Yelp gives me enough information for me to say, that restaurant's better than that one, even though the one without online presence could have better food. And a lot of people will not do business with you unless you have an online presence. Now take that into the job market. HR professionals are more and more searching on your social media presence before they even call you in for an interview. What you say and do online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, affects your ability to get a job. Which is terribly important when you're younger, because younger people often will put all sorts of things on their social media presence that... Now that said, this may change over time because as the millennials start becoming the HR people, they'll understand, oh, that's what we all did. But right now, the millennials aren't hiring. It's the other people, the people who do mind that you put a drunken picture of yourself on Facebook. So, regardless of whether you're marketing you as a brand or your business as a brand, paying attention online is really, really important. Now, if this is more towards businesses, but if your market happens to be people who are under 30 years old, 50% of the world's population is in that age group, and 96% of them have joined a social network. So if your market is the under 30 crowd, you better be on social media. And if your market is the 55 to 65-year-old female group, they're the fastest growing segment on Facebook is that group. So if that's your market, you need to be on Facebook. So it's becoming more and more important that if you are marketing yourself or your business, you need to be online. And you need to be online in a way that makes you look good.